Let us see now about the need for cladistics. So, you know that I told you already, it is a tool which is used to construct cladogram, isn't it? So, that plays a vital role in taxonomy or in classification, right. So, let us see the needs of classification. So, it is the most commonly used and accepted method for constructing phylogenetic classification. You know, phylogenetic classification is nothing but classification which is based on that evolutionary characteristic feature. Then I told you it produces hypothesis about the relationship which exists among different groups of organisms. So, it helps to predict the phylogeny of organisms, and next one, it helps to elucidate the mechanism of evolution. So, it makes it clear about the evolution which exists between different groups of an organism. So, these are the importance of cladistics in taxonomy. Let us try to construct a cladogram for a given data. Shall we do that now? We are going to see now how to tabulate data and how to construct cladogram with the help of that data. Okay. So, see this table now. So, here these are the things which denotes the characters and these are the taxons. Okay. So, for example, Bryophyta. In Bryophyta, vascular tissues are absent, isn't it? If a character is present, we give or we denote that as 1. Okay. If not, we have to write or we have to denote it with 0. Instead of 0 and 1, we can also use plus and minus. Plus denotes the character which is present and minus denotes the absence of that particular character. Okay. Instead of 0 and 1, we can also use minus and plus 2. Okay. So, what can you observe from this table? So, in the case of Bryophyta, vascular tissues are absent, wood is absent, seed is absent and floral character is also absent, isn't it? So, whereas in the case of Bryophyta, they possesses vascular tissues and all other characters are absent. Whereas in the case of Gymnosperm, they possesses vascular tissues, wood, seed, whereas flower is absent. And in the case of Angiosperm, Angiosperm consists of all the 4 characters under study. Okay. So, let us see now how to construct a cladogram with the help of the data we obtained. Okay. So, cladogram is nothing but a diagrammatic representation which denotes or which explains about the phylogeny, right. Okay. Here you see Bryophyta doesn't possesses vascular tissues, wood, seed and flower. So, it differs or it varies from all other taxon, isn't it? So, we are going to denote the same in the cladogram. Here you see, this shows, this is the cladogram. Here it shows the Bryophyta which deviate from Bryophyta, Gymnosperm as well as in Angiosperm, isn't it? Why? Because it doesn't possesses vascular tissues and wood, seed and flowers, isn't it? That is why we consider that as the primitive form, so that we have to write it first in the cladogram or in the beginning of the cladogram. Okay. And you see vascular tissue, that is the first character, isn't it? All the other 3 taxon which possesses vascular tissues, isn't it? So, that you have to write the character here, vascular tissue. So, that shows Bryophyta, Gymnosperm and Angiosperm, they possesses vascular tissue, isn't it? Okay. So, we have to write the vascular tissue here, and again we have to observe that Gymnosperm, apart from possessing vascular tissue, they also consist of wood as well as seed. Whereas in Angiosperm, apart possessing vascular tissue, wood, seed, they also possess flower, isn't it? We have to show all these things in the cladogram. Now, we see Pteridophyta. Pteridophyta possesses only vascular tissue, isn't it? Do they have any other character? No. Then comes Gymnosperm. Gymnosperm possesses vascular tissues, wood and seed, isn't it? But there is no flower in Gymnosperm. They won't produce flower, instead what do they produce? Cones, right? Okay. So, next comes Gymnosperm and the last one is Angiosperm. They possesses all the 4 characters, right. Let us analyze this cladogram now. You know that the word which derives from the Greek term clados. Clados means branch, right. Each line here we represent, no, each one denotes branch. Okay. And here the region where that they get branch is called as nodal region or node, we call this as, and this region is called as stem, right. Okay. And you see here, Bryophyta, Gymnosperm and Angiosperm, they possess these characters, isn't it? So, the vascular tissue is common to all these things. So, they are nothing but called as derived character. And before analyzing this, you must have the knowledge of these terms. What are they? Plesiomorphic character, apomorphic character and also homoplastic character. What do you know about plesiomorphic character? They are nothing but ancestral character, right? Whereas apomorphic character is nothing but derived character. You see here, which can be considered as apomorphic character and which can be considered as the plesiomorphic character. So, you see vascular tissue is nothing but a plesiomorphic character for all these things, right? Since they possess wood and seed, they are considered as the derived character for Gymnosperm and Angiosperm. They get distinguished from Pteridophyta. So, here these are the derived characters. Since they occurred a new character apart from vascular tissue, they were separated from the Pteridophyta. Okay. Likewise, you see seed and wood are the plesiomorphic character for Angiosperm. Since they possess the apomorphic character or the derived character flower, they were derived, that is a derived character, they were get differentiated from Gymnosperm. Apart from that, what can you understand from this? Bryophyta is the primitive one, whereas Angiosperm is the advanced one. And what do you know about homoplastic? Homoplastic character is nothing but a shared character, the character which are shared by two or more organisms, but it is absent from their common ancestor. You see, wood and seed, these characters are shared by Gymnosperm and Angiosperm, isn't it? So, whereas this is absent in the ancestral form, Bryophyta and Pteridophyta, right? So, that character we can here consider as the homoplastic characters. I told you, homoplastic character is the shared characters which are shared by two or more organisms, but absent in their common ancestor. Okay. So, these characters are shared by only Gymnosperm and Angiosperm, not by Bryophyta and Pteridophyta, isn't it? So, that is called as homoplastic character, right. So, I told you from this we can analyze or we can observe the primitive organism and advanced organism, plesiomorphic character and apomorphic character. Apomorphic character is nothing but the derived character, right. So, it helps to put the different groups of organism in order or based on the evolutionary character which exists among different groups of organisms.